Hi, this is Shashank Tirak. Welcome to our video on Introduction to Supply Chain Management. We are all familiar with businesses and how they operate. What does a normal business do? A businessman will acquire, buy, build a particular product or a service and then give it to the giving customers at the best possible price at that point of time. The difference between the cost and the price is what is going to give us the profit. This profit is a primary motive and reason for running a business. Is this enough? Again, a normal business will run well within a given set of circumstances. But over a period of time in particular, things are going to change. Customers, their needs, and their requirements will change. Suppliers, their inputs, availability, prices, everything else is going to change. And anything in between is also likely to change, particularly in today's dynamic environment. Supply chain management is about understanding, overcoming, or even engineering conditions so that we are able to make the most optimal profits in all kinds of circumstances. So let's begin. When we want to explore supply chain, we will have to go on it in a step by step manner. Why? Because supply chains are huge in size, in scope, functions, physical distance, timelines, whatever feature that you can think of. They're so big as to be compared with an elephant. And for that reason, even the people who are part of supply chain may or may not be fully aware about all the features and impact a supply chain has on business performance. Are these people blind, as in the story of Elephant and Six Blind Men? No, really. But most of the time, people are assigned a role and a responsibility and they are busy with it. They may not even have time and inclination to look beyond their particular area of influence. As a result, a marketing person looks at supply chain only as outbound movement of product and services towards customers and ensuring adequate inventory and flow of materials to meet customer needs. A quality control person is focused only on ensuring that all the systems and procedures are maintained to deliver a reliable and a consistent product to the consumer. The engineering or design person ensures that right type and quality of equipment, tools, techniques, methods, standard operating processes, and people skills are deployed to ensure good production. The core production person is busy with ensuring that the facility is adequately loaded as much as to the capacity as possible and it also delivers consistent quality and quantity of all the outputs as required by the market. The procurement person is busy ensuring flow, inventory, and costs of all the input materials and services that are required for ensuring good business flow. The top management is busy with setting targets, making plans, ensuring availability of finance, HR, and other services to have a smooth business operation. Supply chain is all of these and a lot more to ensure that we are able to deliver consistent and a good financial and business result. Let's look at it. We have looked at what are the main components and what makes up the overall supply chain. But it's also essential to understand what are the relationships and how they depend on each other. For that purpose, I'm going to prepare a schematics of the supply chain and put this whole environment in this blue box that you have. The starting point in any business is going to be the customer. After all, we are producing products and selling it to the customer for a price. And that's the main reason for having the business. We have to make sure that we are able to produce the product exactly as per the needs in terms of features, quality, quantities, schedules, and any other requirement that the customer may have. We have to produce, sell the product, and then ensure that the customer is satisfied with it by way of getting a feedback from the customer. Based on whatever adjustment that the customer wants, we should be able to make adjustments to our production and adjust the quality, quantity, and any other features of the product as per customer needs. This can be done only by way of adjusting the production functions at the back end. Now, hardly any product in this world can be made out of thin air. For that, we need to gather materials, services, and number of other inputs so that we are able to run the production. That is a function which is carried out by sourcing, and they will look at and locate different resources and suppliers for any of the different services who will be able to give us the correct quality, quantity, and type of products at a cost which is reasonable for our operation. So basically, from suppliers to the customers is a core of supply chain that we need to operate. Now, this cannot go on forever. At some point of time or other, customer will need a better product or will need to take care of changing needs at his end. And for that, we will have to make changes in our production methods, materials, and any other input that we should adjust. So for that, we need a product development function. In a lot of cases, customers are not entirely sure of what are the changes that are required, and that's why we may have to work through several sets of pilot batches and then gathering feedback and making adjustments again and again. And once the customer is fully satisfied, then we can give the new product for production in full swing. This is a core supply chain. This needs extensive support by way of planning, target setting, finance, HR, organization methods, and any other that is required as a part of running the organization. These are the four walls of our own supply chain and our own business. There's one important component that's missing, that's labor. Now, labor is very much a part of the overall organization. Yet, the motives and drivers of labor are likely to be different from those of the business organization. And for that matter, we will have to translate all the tasks and everything else that we want get done through labor in an adequate manner. We have to work closely with labor, make sure that our business runs smoothly. This whole thing runs in a society, and we have to work through the legal, the social norms, everything else for the environment in which we are located. We also have to make sure that we keep on producing a product which is better in terms of overall value delivered as compared to the competitors, which is very much a part of the overall business organization. This whole scenario is run by the investor promoters who have put up the money and the resources required for running the organization. This is the overall schematics and the relationships between different components of our supply chain. We'll need to look at how these organizations and effects differ from different product to product. In order to understand supply chains better, let us look at the overall supply chain on another facet. It is by the type of product that is handled in the supply chain. At the simplest end, there will be products like commodities such as steel or FMCG products like a soap. Now, these are the products which are produced in what is known as a process industry. Let's digress a little and understand what is the process industry. In case of process industry, almost entire set of raw materials is fed into manufacturing process at one end and end product flows out at the other end. This end product may again diverge into a range of final products which are used by the consumers and customers. In case of steel, the steel itself may be consumed in the form of structural components or sheet or bars or other issues. In case of soaps, it will be sold as varieties of different perfumes, colors, sizes, or market types. Now, these are relatively simple products. The next range of products is size car. Now, a mid-size car is a little more expensive than the lowest level budget cars. The customers expect that this vehicle would be used in a variety of ways, and that's why you may have different body types such as a hatchback, a sedan, or an SUV. It will also have variety by way of engine types, transmissions, and other accessories which go with any of these models. Now, the end customer may demand any of these products. All these products are made with some set of a standard component, but they are assembled in a different way. Coming to the assembly, this type of product is called as an engineering product because several components get added at each level of manufacturing to make up a sub-assembly, and then sub-assemblies and other components join up in the overall manufacturing process, like the case of a river being joined by small rivulets till the final end product is produced. And that's why this is called as an engineering product, as distinct from a process industry product. The next higher level would be a product like a houseboat or a yacht. These are made exclusively as per specific customer orders once the customer specifies what he wants. The earlier products, the process industry and the mid-size cars, they may be produced in anticipation of an order. But these customized products like an houseboat or a yacht are produced only after receiving a specific order from a customer. In that case, it is unique. The next higher level product, let us say, is like a nuclear submarine. Each nuclear submarine is unique depending on the specific application that that particular country needs it for. It also involves a serious in terms of research and development, either by way of engineering or designing a new product, material, or a particular application, and or leveraging specific properties of materials to meet a certain end result. These type of products are produced hardly 2 to 5 pieces on a single order, and each product takes several years to come up with the final configuration. Now, these are different varieties of products, and they may also go with names or classification such as make to stock or assemble to order or a make to order or engineering to order. All these are prime and visible products. You can touch, feel, smell any of these products. But production happen unless there are inputs by way of supporting or invisible products such as electricity or telecommunication services. You can't even see electricity or the telecommunications product, but they are required. And don't they have supply chain? Sure, they do have a supply chain, but that's a different way in which that supply chain is organized and businesses are run around it. Similarly, financial institutions like banks or insurance companies, they have their own supply chains. They gather money from one set of investors who are savers, and then lend this money to another set of investors, the businessmen, and make profit in the bargain. Now, these are variety of ways in which supply chains are organized so that overall society can work in a better manner. We'll look at how the supply chains operate in the next slide as well. So far, we have seen how the different supply chain functions are connected to each other And what are different types of supply chains also? What does it mean? How does it impact my business? Looking at particularly the large range of products and supply chains that exist. To understand this, let's follow through this in one more manner. Running a business, and particularly a manufacturing supply chain business, is not an easy job. Regardless of the type of product that you handle or the environment that you are working in, there are certain common features that will apply to all the businesses. First and foremost, your business must be profitable and you should be able to generate profit in a consistent manner over a number of years. That is the reason why businesses are set up in the first place. To ensure that, you'll have to make sure that your production function is organized so that you are able to produce good quality product at a consistent rate and with a reasonable flexibility to adjust as per the customer or market demands. Matching that, you also have to organize all your procurement and supplies of materials and services to match with requirements of the product output. Once this is done, you will be able to meet customer demands at all times. This will give confidence to the existing customers so that they will keep on coming back to you for more and more of the product. It also establishes your reputation in the market. As a result, new customers will also join in. As a result, over a period of time, your revenue and business both will continue to grow, resulting in increased profitability and better consistency. Now, these four are the core parameters of measuring success in supply chain. Are there any other parameters that we should consider? Definitely. The prime parameter that we should consider is about meeting investor expectations. After all, business is run for making money, and investors have invested money and their property and intellectual property, everything in business to get good returns. So, investors must get adequate return from running the business. At the other end of it, your employees or labor also must be satisfied so that they are motivated to continue working for you with all their mind and all their efforts. People work in a particular company not just for money. They also work to satisfy their mental and physical capabilities, to gain stature in society and recognition of people. That is the real motivator at the highest level for all the employees. So you should be able to give adequate growth to the people that they contribute with all their heart. Lastly, the entire business runs in your society, and that's why compliance, not only at the legal or any other aspects of compliance, you should also be a good corporate citizen so as to gain a reputation in the society. Are there anything else? Yes, none of this is possible unless the corporate functions like finance, HR, and administration, particularly by way of ensuring compliance with internal processes, consistency in business, having standard operating process, and everything else, is working equally smoothly. If this happens, the people inside and outside the organization will have high regard for the company. As a result, everyone will respect the organization that you're running. And that will mean that more and more customers can be coming in, more and more people would like to, or businesses would like to supply you materials, employees would like to join you, governments and society in general respects you, which will further enhance your business prospects, growth, profitability, and all the good parameters. In effect, this sets up a virtuous cycle by which your business and profitability will continue to grow. This is a real reason of managing the supply chain in a much better. Does the supply chain story interest you? We're quite sure you would. We plan to bring out detailed self-paced video modules for a range of topics that we have discussed so far. Watch out for them on this channel. To get an easy update, please subscribe to our channel and get in touch with us for any kind of help that you'll need or clarifications that will help you in this journey. Welcome to Vainatya's Supply Chain channel. Thank you.